my god, guys, guess where I am? Oh, there's some Taco Bell in my teeth. Hold on. Anyways, guess where I am? Oh my god, I'm in my empty ass room. But nonetheless, I am home. But only for a weekend because I have a dentist appointment and a bitch gotta get her teeth cleaned because apparently it's been 2 years since I've been to the dentist, which is like, that's kind of insane because I feel like dentist appointments should be like every other like couple of months or so, you know? That's how I used to do it until I became an adult and my mom stopped scheduling shit for me because she's like, you're a grown woman now. You can make your own appointments. And I was like, but then I made my own appointment like a couple of weeks ago, so that is what is going to occur. So yeah, I'm home currently and I am eating Taco Bell because Minneapolis does not have easy access to like fast food. Like literally everything there is like so expensive. Like I know it's like small businesses kind of, right? But like there's so like there is not a Taco Bell within like walking distance from me. So like it's like a car drive away and that's fucked up. That's fucked up for Minneapolis. So since I'm home now and I can drive my beautiful car, my Lexus named Ellie. I took Ellie out for a spin and I got some Taco Bell and I realized that I did miss Taco Bell quite a bit. Quite a bit. I am tired of eggs and rice all day. So yes. I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. I'm not sick, I swear. I don't feel sick. But it's just my voice is being so funky dunky. But anyways, I'm going to take a sip, actually. Is it better now? Kind of. But I kind of wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about something a story my mom told me today. Because I actually, like, it was like the funniest thing because like I was just sitting there with like my AirPods in and she just started talking like full on, like she was speaking in English and everything. And I was like, wow, she really got something to take off her chest. Because my mom, like, she usually doesn't talk. Like, she's a talker, but she usually, like, only talks to my dad or whatever. Because it's usually just about, like, adult stuff that I don't give a fuck about. But today, she was feeling real talkative. So, in the car, she was, like, driving me home, like, back home. And she was, like, telling me about how she's, like, remodeling her shop. She owns a nail salon because, you know, she a viet boss babe, so you know she owns her own shop, and then she's remodeling because apparently like everything's outdated or whatever, and then she's like trying to sell the old like massage chairs and like the technician desks or whatever, like, and apparently she's been having a lot of trouble selling this shit, right? She and my aunt are like in the business together, and she allowed my aunt to do most of like the business front transactions, which means that like she's the one that's like calling the people back about like who's going to see the couches and shit, not couches, the chairs and shit. And let me just say, my aunt is like one of the most like weak, like she's not weak, but she's like super sweet and super nice, so she doesn't really have like that aggressive business attitude, which my mom does. My mom's a bitch when it comes to like running her business, but like my aunt, she's just a super sweet woman. So, like these people be calling her, and she's, like, super sweet with them. She's like, oh, like, come in whenever. And my mom's like, no, you cannot tell them whenever, because we have to get these chairs out by Friday. And my aunt's just like, oh, no, like, they'll just come and pick it up whenever. My mom's like, no, our landlord is not going to let us keep these fucking chairs on the premises, because it's clutter. It's, like, so much shit, and they're not going to allow us to keep it on here. So you have to get it sold by now, but, like, now. And my aunt's like, okay. And then so apparently this guy called, and he's also a Viet dude. So business is like going a little smoothly because it's easy when you have like no language barriers, right? So this guy, he's like trying to buy these chairs. He comes in, and apparently the second he saw the chairs and whatever, he's like, I want them. I want to buy them. And my aunt was like, oh, yay, great. So he was like, I'll come pick them up in a couple of days. And my mom was like, my aunt called up my mom and was like, oh, this guy wants to buy the chairs or whatever, and he was still there. And my mom was like, tell him to put down a fucking deposit. And then my aunt was like, what? And my mom was like, tell him to put down a fucking deposit, $500 right here, right now. And then she was like, okay, give me a second. And then she told him, and he was like, oh, I only have $200 on me. And then my aunt goes back on the phone with my mom, and then she was like, oh yeah, he only has $200. My mom was like, okay, just take that, whatever, as long as he puts some fucking money down and that he's really about it. And then my aunt's like, okay. And then my mom was like, okay, that's all set. And then my aunt continuously tries to call him, like, afterwards, like a few days after, to see when he's going to come in to get the chairs out of the way so we can install the new ones in, right? And apparently he just hangs up on her every single time. Like, she calls, gets sent right to voicemail. Calls, gets sent to right to voicemail. And so, like, she just keeps on calling, and my mom was getting pissed off, and my dad got pissed off too, because he was like, what the fuck are we doing holding on to these chairs for this fucking chump, right? Anyways, but so my aunt calls, like, several times, and, like, after, like, a couple times, he finally picks up, and my aunt's like, when are you gonna come, like, get these fucking chairs out of the way? And then he was like, oh, yeah, I don't think I want them anymore. And my aunt was like, what? Like, we've been holding on to these chairs for you for like weeks now. And he's like, yeah, I don't think I want them anymore. Can I get my deposit money back? And then my aunt was like, no. Wait, no, I think my mom said no, not my aunt. My mom was like, no, tell that bitch he can't get his money back. And she was like, okay, you can't get your money back. And then he was like, what the fuck you mean I can't get my fucking money back? And then it's like, well, you put that in the fucking deposit, right? So you can't get the fucking money back. And it's like, he's like, okay, then if I can't get my deposit back, then I'll buy the chairs. And then my aunt's like, okay, but when? Like, they were holding on to these chairs for him, so when? And he's like, okay, I'll come pick them up Friday, like, right before you guys, like, install the chairs. And so my aunt was like, okay, tight. So Friday rolls around, and she calls him, and after, like, I don't know, a fucking 100 calls, blowing up that damn phone, he finally picks up and was like, oh my god, I can't believe it was this Friday. I totally thought it was, like, next Friday or the Friday after that. Like, oh my god, like, I'm in Wisconsin right now. And my mom was fuming, bro. She was so fucking mad. She was like, what a fucking cunt. I was like, she was going off on him. She's like, all Vietnamese people are like that. I'm like, I kept quiet. I was like, I don't know what she meant by that, because that can go multiple ways. So I let her, like, explain herself. She was like, you know, like, these Vietnamese people, they're not like Americans. They're super, like, nice on the outside, but they're cunts deep in here. They're bad people in their hearts. Like, Americans, they're good in here and good on the outside. And I was like, she was mad, bro. Like, she was so mad that she, like, was stammering in Vietnamese and English. That's how fuming she was. I was like, oh my god, no wonder she wanted to talk. She needed a little therapist. And I was like, oh. And so I was like, oh, for real? I was like, yeah, what a cunt. Like, what a bitch. Like, fuck that dude. Like, just, like, fuck that dude. Just sell it to somebody else. And she's like, yeah, that's what we're gonna fucking do. And I'm like, yeah, slay. And she's like, if you just want them couches, I'm just gonna fucking throw them out to the dump. And I'm like, nope, wait. Don't be irrational now. Like, at least sell them for a couple hundred. Because, like, apparently she dropped, like, 20K on, like, all the new equipment. So I'm like, I'm thinking you should, like, at least, like, sell them for at least 1,000. Like, the old equipment, at least 1,000 or a couple more than that. Because I don't know, like, I feel like just, like, the maintenance of all and, like, hauling it around and shit like that, like, we should at least get, like, a cut, you know? So yeah, that's what my mom told me today, and I was like, oh wow, you are so fucking mad. Like, it's crazy. I've never seen her that mad before about anything, I don't think. But yeah, that's all I had to talk about. Just my mom being really fucking mad. Like, the fact that she went off on Vietnamese people, I was like, but mom, you're from Vietnam. Like, how are you gonna diss Vietnamese people when you're Vietnamese? And my mom said that. She was like, no, I'm different from them. I'm not like them. And I'm like, I was like, oh my god, like, fucking 16 years away from Vietnam, and you really... And she really took up the patriarch. Like, she is 100% American. Like, don't even call her Viet anymore. Like, period. She was like, I'm not like the Viet, okay? Like, I'm good in here, and I'm good on the outside. Like, I know I can be a bitch sometimes on the outside, but deep down, I have good intentions. But Vietnamese people, they have bad intentions. And I was like, mean, what am I supposed to say? I'm like, oh yeah, true that. I've never spoken to like any other Viet person other than my family or like close family friends. Like, I've never met anyone from Vietnam on my own volition. So how am I supposed to verify her account? I mean, she grew up in Vietnam and she lived there majority of her life. So obviously she's going to know more than me. But I think that she's just really mad right now. That's why she's saying all this shit. I think that, like, if she just thinks about it a little bit more, she'd probably be like, oh, no, I don't like Americans. Because like, I feel like she hates Americans. Like, she's always like, oh, Americans are just too nice. But, like, I feel like she never actually have spoken to, like, an American. Because the Americans that I've spoken to are cunts. And I don't mean that in, like, actually, no, take offense to that. Take offense to that, because you guys need to, like, pick up your act. But, like, my mom, she was like, yeah, I don't like these Viet people. They're just so fucking flimsy. Like, they don't, like, mean what they say. Like, my mom's like, I want a yes or no. Like, I don't want a fucking maybe. And I was like, and I thought about it. I'm like, whoa. Like, me and her are kind of the same. And, like, it all clicked. I was like, yeah, that's where I get it from. That's definitely where I get it from. Because both me and her, we're, like, cunts. Like, I thought I got it from my dad. But then the more I listened to her, I'm like, huh. So maybe I'm not adopted. Maybe I am blood related. Because, like, I kind of see a little bit of me and you and me. Like, that is so crazy. But, yeah, my mom's... I don't know what's going on with her, but right now she's down at the shop. It's like 12 right now, and she's still down there getting them chairs installed. And I'm just here eating a fucking quesadilla. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today. A very short video, but that's all. I just had to get that out there. I thought it was really funny, but yeah, peace out.